again for stopping by the live stream. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know you're going to be here. Shout out to any new viewers and subscribers that are watching for the first time. Anybody's going to catch me on replay. And of course, my old heads, I see you. RV, I mean, what is it? RV DVR? There's Beach of Life. Me and Beach of Life ended up at the same resort over there in Sikihor. It turned out pretty good, didn't it, Mike? Looked like you and Rowena were enjoying yourself. Did you think I was lying about those stars in the sky? If you ever come over here and you visit the beach at night, no matter what beach, and you look up at the stars, at the sky, man, you're going to see so many stars that you've never seen before. What's up, W Secrets to Success? I'm glad you could join us again, man. It's been a while. There's Yeshua L. Trust. He said, peace, blessings, and health, my brother. What's up, Kevin Warren? Kamal. Before we get into the topic of what options do older men have, I want to give you the peso rate, which I always do, is 55.03. It's hovering around that 55, and I don't have a problem with that because when you use Zoom and all those other things, those other remittance places, they're paying almost 53 now. But when I went to Save More yesterday, I'm thinking it was 54.70 that they were giving, which is only about 0.3 pesos, which is good. But always remember, when you go to exchange money, you have to take your passport, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just show up with your driver's license or something like that. Oh, okay, W Secrets, I hear you. Hey, Link 1111, he said, dropping by to say hello, Calvin, and the Elder Kuya's on here. You know, with a lot of this passport bros and all that stuff going around, man, it had me thinking, what options do older men really have? And I just want to talk about some of them today because I think the first thing is to know that you have options. All right. And that you're not a prisoner in your present circumstances. There's some things you can do to change that. But we must exercise our options. We can't sit on the couch and think life's going to come to us. A lot of times you got to go out and what's that? Seize the day. What's up, Silverback Trading? He says, hello, Cal. How are you? I was in Negros. I wanted to come and meet you in San Carlos City. I'm hoping to link up with you the next trip in May. Oh, okay. Harold Sullivan said, greetings from East Java, Indonesia. Wow, I'm interested in your subject, older guys. Guided by spirituality said, peace and blessings to you and your family, Brother Cal. Michael Little said, what's up, Brother Cal? But here's some options that we have. And y'all can add some more to it. This is just something that came across my mind last night. Yeah, carp diem, adim. Do nothing. That's one option that you got. You can do nothing. And there's two sides to doing nothing as I see it. The first side is you're satisfied with your life. You've made the right decisions. You saved your money. You've got the right, you chose the right woman. You enjoy, the city and what's going on in your country. So you do nothing. You're just going to ride it out until the end. Or you can complain. Woe is me, do nothing. Woe is me. I've dealt some pitiful cards. I'm the victim. why did I have to be born in the family I was and in the country I was? And y'all know how we do. We'll start that victimizing. What's up, D? He says, hey, brother, good to see you on the live stream again. Keep doing the great job you're doing. Don't ever give up. Simple Five from New Orleans. What's up, Gerald Wilkins? Blessings to you, Cal, and your family. Thank you, David Qualls. That's Mac. He says, you have a heartbeat. You qualify. Come on down. Renard Charles says, hey, Cal, so you think $250,000 is enough to move permanently? Well, it depends on how old you are. And remember what lifestyle you're going to lead. And if you're not going to fall in love and squander all your money on the Filipina, I think it would be. It certainly would be for me. I'm 59, turning 60 in May. If you give me $250,000, I'm going to ride up into the sunset. I live like a king for the rest of my life over here. It just all depends. But if you're in your 30s, you're going to be, you figure you're going to spend about $25,000 a year. That's only 10 years, the way I see it. What's up, the Bachelor of Science? He said, what's up, gentlemen? Make the right choices. Yeah. Renald Charles says, I'm only 43. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. If you spend $20,000 a year over here, that would take you 12 years. But remember, if you've got that money in some type of interest-bearing account, then you're going to be accumulating interest on the principal. What's up, Dana Milton? He said, old is a state of mind, a label that people put on themselves. Well, we're older. I said older. I didn't say old. You are older now. Silverback says, how do I contact you and let you know I'm heading that way, Sir Calvin, in May? Thank you. Your content is off the charts. You're giving the real nitty gritty. I'm loving it. Hey, thank you, brother. And I'm glad you brought that up because I was talking to a gentleman yesterday and, we was talking about the dating videos and stuff like that. And, it's really sad to see that people tend to think that that's all the Philippines has to offer. You're losing out, guys. I'm going to sacrifice my channel because I know how to get views. I mean, all you have to do is start talking about women and dating. But guys, listen, if you don't hear anything else on this live stream today, you've got options over here when you get here, okay? You don't need me to sit there and tell you how to meet a young woman over here. It's just, that's water under the bridge, guys. That's just something. It's like working 40 hours and then, wondering if you're going to get a check on Friday. Yeah, it's coming. It's just something that you don't need to be worried about. It's just something that we like pounded in our heads. I guess it's that voyeurism that's in us, especially in the West. Because a lot of people, I've figured it out, they're never going to come over here. So they just like to look at those type of videos, look at the young, beautiful women and kind of fantasize. But the people who are coming over here, see John Gomez, he's a old subscriber, man. He's always on my live stream. He's here today. They're going island hopping tomorrow. They want me to go see guys like him. He's over here now. See, a lot of guys, we really don't need that. So, okay, here it is, guys. My email is calroach1@gmail.com. So I just try to talk about things that's going to be relevant, man, because after the first day, a woman's not even going to be an issue anymore. And then you're going to wonder, well, what else is going on over here? It's that easy but the flip side of it is we're easy to them. I'm not picking on Filipinas when I say they're easy. This game was created to be easy. It's not meant to be hard for you to go on that dating site and meet somebody and hook up like that. And for them, we're very easy too. We're very, very easy. Yeah, John Gomez is boots on the ground. Timothy Evans says, Texas T, thanks for the info. Keenan her boss said, hey, I'm not an older man. I'm 32, but I just found your channel. And I got to say, I love the videos visiting in May. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. What's up, Yusuf? So that's one thing we can do. Do nothing. You're satisfied. You made the right decisions. You saved your money. You chose the right woman. You chose the right city, country. Everything's right. So you don't have to do nothing. You're happy for the rest of your life. Then you can do nothing but complain. Woe is me. I'm the victim. Now, something else, another option we've got for older men, I get a lot of pushback on this, is self-improvement. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. You're never too old to improve yourself. Okay? This is an option that we have. Hey, Pumpkin Joe, Philippine Experience, said, good morning, Cal. Just checking in to support and confirm your information given. Morning beats your life. Thank you, brother. The Bachelor of Science says, they're right. We're easier for them than they are to us. Yeah. And I think it's meant to be that way. I don't want anything hard at this age. I'm glad it's easy. You know, that's rhetoric over where I'm come from. You know, if it's easy, everybody would be doing it. Well, everybody's doing it over here. I believed that when I was younger. But now as I'm getting older, I don't want all that challenges and all that pushback from a woman. If I've got something you want and you got something I want, then hell, let's make a deal and get it over with. But all that going back and forth, oh, I'm going to wait 6 months to see who you are. I may be dead in 6 months. But yeah, self-improvement, guys, and it's a lot to do with that. You know, your physical appearance, your mental appearance, your mental condition, your financial situation. You know, go to the gym, read more books, meditate. Self-improvement is an option that you got. But it's going to take some action, though. You can't just sit there. You see, a lot of us, as we get older, we're not old, we're just older. Yeah, Jacob Johns, they say, quid pro quo. Yeah. Yeah, we already have a hard life. You're right. Andrew said, morning, Kings. Market Focus said, yeah, I was so worried about meeting Filipinos before I got there. When I got there wasn't a problem. The only problem is picking the right one out of all the choices. That's about the hardest thing you're going to have. All right? That's the hardest decision you're going to make. And remember, I always remind you guys that we know what we're getting. It's a little bit harder for the Filipino because she don't really know. We date the Filipina dates the world. She don't know what she's going to get. Is the guy that I'm looking at over on the screen, does he bathe regularly? Does he smoke? Does he drink? Is he a woman beater? They don't really know. But we're still easy for them. We're easy catch. And I think that's how it should be. If I got something you want, you got something I want. Hey, let's make a deal. But yeah, self-improvement. Another option that we have is change. And I broke this down into like 4 different things. Environment. See, that's where this Passport Bro movement, Passport Joe, Passport OG, you know, men exercising their travel options. Okay, so environment, if you change your environment, that's one option of getting out of that messed up situation or circumstance that you're in. Okay, you can move. You don't even have to move out of your country, but you can just move. Your environment has a lot to do with your mental state. Relocate. You may go from New York to Chicago or Chicago to LA. But change, man, okay? If you don't like the people around you, change them. Yeah, come on, y'all, hit the likes. Another one is friends and lovers. And I put friends and lovers because, you know, we're talking about if you're unhappy, you got some options. You don't have to stay with that woman. You don't have to continue to hang around them same guys that you hang around with. Change your friends and lovers, man. Get a divorce. Get a separation. There's a great book that I always suggest to people to read. It's called by Dorothea Brand. It was written back around the Depression. It's called Wake Up and Live. And in that book, she says that a lot of us are stuck in a routine. And she talks about break out of that routine. That's why she's saying wake up and live. If you live in the country, go to the city. If you live in the city, go to the country. A change of environment is very good for us, guys. Ride the bus to work one time. Or take a different route home. Eat at a restaurant you never ate before. Try different foods to shake yourself up. Wake up, man, because most of us, we live as if we're going to be 1,000 years old. But you're not. Okay? My sister-in-law, her funeral is today, which is Wednesday in America. And she had a 30-year run that many people only dream about. She was 64 years old when she died. Very young. $350,000 home, beautiful everything, okay? She's gone, man. You know, I just say rest in peace, Sharon Crook. And it's just seeing stuff like this through my life that convinced me that I've got to live now. I can't keep putting it off. See, I talk about stuff like this because I'm living it, guys. No, I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you what I did. You got to take more risk. Then you got to take baby steps. Start having some faith and start walking toward your dreams. Is what I'm saying, okay? But yeah, get rid of them old friends and lovers, man, that are dragging you down, holding you back, planting those seeds of doubt in your head. I can't be done. Why you want to move to the Philippines, Cal? You got it good over here, okay? Jobs, jobs, guys. Some of you could retire right now, but you keep on working and then you're miserable. Oh, I hate getting up at 6 a.m. I hate my boss and all of that. But you got some options. Change jobs. Go ahead and retire. Okay? Your attitude. Change your damn attitude. Some of us are so damn negative. If you don't believe me, man, I'm telling you that I see it in my comments. I'm like, man, is that all you saw out of that video? I mean, become more positive. Remember, you got to believe it before you ever see it. Turn that around. Hey, thanks, King Arthur, for that super chat. He says, condolences. Yeah, man, she was a beautiful lady. And I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay, here it is. I forgot how to use YouTube. He said, condolences, Calvin. Yes, we must live to the fullest. Absolutely. Tim West said, greetings, everyone. And hello, Calvin, my friend, a bit late to the live stream. We're glad I called it. Thank you. Yeah, we got to change our attitudes, man, Happy people are more successful. Okay? They're healthier, man. I'm telling you now. If you got a positive attitude, it has some benefits to it. I'm not preaching something, man, that I'm not living. King Arthur said, yeah, 9 more days. Yeah, see, some of y'all can retire right now. Some of you just need to change jobs, man. You're not going to live to be 1,000. But then there's another option, guys, just to give up. And I don't mean complain. This is different from do nothing. You can give up. You can end it all and kill your damn self. Okay? You can do that. That's an option. Believe it or not, that you got if you're so miserable in your life. But I would rather go to the self-improvement and the change. It's a whole lot more better, man. I tell you what, you get better results. Just take some more risk. That's why I'm here. That's the reason I became an insurance agent. I got tired of going to work knowing what I'm going to do every day. See, as an agent, as an insurance agent, I didn't know what the next day was going to bring. I was going to meet new people, whether it was going to be a success or not. See, a lot of us, we like that certainty. Yeah, I want to work on Monday through Friday and get my check on Friday. I want to get on that assembly line, and put those pieces of the puzzle together all day long. We want that certainty. But not me. I don't want the certainty anymore. So a lot of times we got to take more risk. So come on, guys, talk to me. What other options do we have? See, and one thing I'm going to let you know that once you take one option, once you exercise one option, it's going to reveal other options. You don't believe me? Okay, that travel option I was telling you about, when you take that travel option and you go to another country like the Philippines, now you're going to see like, wow, I've got more options for women over here. I got more options for a business or whatever it is. Kamal says, I advise a new person every day, Cal, to complain is to drain. Absolutely. The Beach of Life says, hit the like button. Jacob Tanjay says, we must change ourselves first. Well, that's where it starts. It's an inside job. And that's what I'm talking about today. What options do we have as older men? Because a lot of us think that our lives are over. We sit around, we worry about what people think about us. I don't give a damn what people think about me anymore. Every day that we wake up is one step closer to that damn grave. Let me remind you of that if you're in denial. That family that I'm telling you about, my ex-wife, my American wife, she's lost a brother and a sister in the last month. People who were smiling at their last family reunion, they're no longer here, guys. Start exercising your options. First of all, just know that you have options. So a lot of people just sitting around thinking, oh, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, there's something you can do, but do you have the courage to do it? You need courage, man, to get on that plane, to change jobs, to move from Chicago to LA without knowing anybody. Imagine coming over here to the Philippines. I knew some people, okay? I knew some people over here, but I really didn't. I had 2 kids over here, but they were minors. I'm basically coming over here, man. I'm taking a risk. Because I said, when there's nothing to lose from trying and everything to gain successful, by all means try. If I would have failed, I could easily go back home, put on my big black boots and go back to work. But what I did was I burned all bridges behind. I called up all my clients, said, I'm done. If you want help with your insurance, here's my number, but it's going to be overseas. It's going to cost you. I gave them customer service. Gerald Wilkins said, good topic, looking at oneself critically and honestly, then putting in the work will reap many benefits. Again, counseling and maybe therapy could be appropriate. See, that's what I said when I said self-improvement. If you don't believe me, I said, look in the mirror. We got to look in the mirror and take a real constructive look at ourselves, a real honest look at ourselves. But remember, you got that option. You can give up and just kill yourself, which a lot of people do. Big Will says it's hard for some people to give up all they know and take a chance in a foreign country. My dad rarely even left his small town. He grew up in North Dakota. Yeah, but you don't even have to move overseas. You can just move out of your damn neighborhood, Big Will. Relocate in your country. But a lot of us, we don't do anything. We just sit there and complain. We think that there's nothing we can do. We're prisoners in our present circumstances. It's not true. Billy says, how do you change someone's mindset? Is it through coaching? Well, a lot of us are in a routine. All you got to do is just do something different, Billy, and then do it consistently. Psychologist says it takes 21 days to break a habit or to create a habit. 21 days, man, and you could be on your way to doing something else, but most of it is fear. It's like you're saying, Billy. It's the main reason why some don't take any risk. And we don't want to change as we get older. Change becomes hard. Hey, Reg, he says, what's up, shoulders? I would like to come over there. Well, come on. Tim West says, amen, Calvin. Life is too short as it is. The older I get, the more I realize how valuable time is. You can always make money, but will never get time back. What good is your money if you're going to be dead? Or you have a stroke and you're laid on your back in a nursing home. Hal Funk Base said, life to death is perfect line. But see, I'd rather go like this. I don't want to go like that. Because believe it or not, a lot of people, like myself, we're standing with a stop sign in front of the damn cemetery telling you guys to slow down. You're rushing to the cemetery just by your lifestyle. It's like, slow down, man. You run into the damn graveyard and don't even realize it. See, and a lot of people say, well, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. As if doing nothing doesn't take some type of effort. Okay? Doing nothing takes effort, guys. You could take that same energy that it takes to do nothing and succeed, to do something that you've always wanted to do. Yeah, Brett says, hit the nail on the head. No one is promised tomorrow. How many people have to die before you start living, man? Death should teach us something, but it teaches us absolutely nothing. 5 minutes after we leave the funeral, we don't forget all about death. We get back onto that same old damn way of that train of thought. I'm going to live here forever. I got all the day to make up to my sisters and brothers and, right that wrong I did. I've got, all the time in the world when you don't. Kevin Kennedy says, I agree with Pumpkin Joe. Fear keeps you immobile. That's right. Renee Jimenez says, it's a marathon, not a race. Absolutely. So why are we acting like it's a race? All you got to do is turn on YouTube, Facebook, the newspapers, everything. Go to school. People are telling you to slow down. Stop and smell the roses. But we're in such a hurry, man. We're so impatient. One thing that I learned in the Philippines is patience. Filipinos have taught me patience that I didn't have when I came over here. And then I even conveyed it to John. He's always impatient. Look, John, I said, we're retired. Where you going? You might go to stand in the damn line. Charles Anderson says, how do I give a super chat? It should be something there, like a little dollar sign or something. Big Will says, I'm the opposite of my dad. I have lived in 3 different countries, and I'm currently living in Saipan, about 5 hours east of the Philippines by plane. See, this is me. I'm the black sheep, basically, of the family. Not really that they don't like me, but I'm the one who's always taking the risk, who's stepping outside of the box. Okay, they're just amazed, but they shouldn't be, because I've always been like that. I was the only one that's ever been a salesman in my whole entire family. Because they're like, why would you want to work with no guarantee money? And I'm saying, well, I'm betting on myself. If I'm going to bet on anybody, let me bet on myself. It takes a lot of confidence, man, to go out there and be on commission. People want, oh, can I get a base and commission? No, I was straight commission for the last 8-9 years of my career, man. If I didn't get it done, it didn't get done. Marlow says, will you keep this live stream up? Well, I always do a live stream. I do 3 live streams. This is all Philippine time now. Tuesday morning at 9:30, Thursday morning at 9:30, and Sunday morning at 9:30. Yeah, Renee Gemini said, yes, there's history. Tomorrow is a mystery, and the present is a gift. That's why they call it a present. The present, I mean. Hollywood Baby said, my 41-year-old cousin passed away last week from cancer. People, don't wait to do anything you want to do. We're dropping like flies these days. So live today. Hey, Elliot Mercado, thanks for that super chat. She said, one love, Calvin. Yeah, I love you back. Let's live today, guys. If you don't get anything else out of my live streams or my videos, stop waiting for me to say something so profound. This is just common sense. Look at what I'm doing, guys. Okay, can I ask you to do that? Just look at what I'm doing, and let that be the example. Let that be the motivation. Yeah, I'm 60 years old. I got a 40-year-old woman, but I could have a 20-year-old woman if I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got options and I'm exercising my options. And when you just take one of those options that you have, you're going to see that more options are going to be revealed to you. Billy said it would be nice to meet this great community one day. Yeah, we have meet and greets about every two months. Larry Lindsay says, I'll be there in May. John Calder says, I've slowed down so much, I'm almost stopped. I need something to motivate me, set a goal to accomplish. Yeah, well, say that you're going to tour Asia, or I'm going to tour Europe, or I'm going to paint my house. Paint the inside of your house. When's the last time you painted your house? Be honest, man. We don't. We get in these routines, and next thing you know, 10 years has passed. Oh, yeah, Larry Lindsay says, I'll be a father. I'm having a son. Wow. Congratulations, Larry. I've seen your wife. Y'all had, not your wife. I think it's your girlfriend. Y'all had a YouTube channel at one time. Ian Walter says, hey, Cal, one thing just came to my mind. A brilliant film called The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. I've seen that. That's right. If that's what you have to do, whatever you have to do, get off that couch. Eddie Sanders said plenty of options there and looking forward to going over there and enjoying life again. Like you just said, routines. We are. What's up, Hybrid 711? Peace. Most of us, we take the same route to work, the same route back. We do the same thing at the job every single day. Putting square blocks in square holes or whatever it is. Okay? That's what we do. We're in a routine. We like that. It's certainty. We don't like change. The older we get, we're set in our ways. But I'm going to tell you something. If you really want to live life, man, you got to take some risk. Jabraz says, I'll be there in August for the month. Looking forward to it. Michael Berger said, what's up? The tax thing going on. I don't understand. What do you mean? She says, what if in her book, which is a great book, one of my favorite books, one of the books that my ex-wife threw away, by the way, I had like a $10,000 library of books, guys, collector's item books and everything. She threw them in the garbage and then had the nerve when we went to divorce court to ask the judge for extra money. And I told the judge, she threw away $10,000 worth of books because she didn't read. Oh, come on, man. And it's BI tax on YouTube. Others are talking about. Well, I'm telling you this, guys. We work, if all my money, all you got to do is look this stuff up. And I'm not a lawyer, but all you have to do is look this stuff up. I work remotely. Okay, all my money, I don't earn any money in the Philippines. How can they tax me if none of my money's coming from the Philippines? And if they do, guess what? I don't have a problem with it. But taxation without representation. See, this is something that only YouTubers in the Philippines have to deal with, guys. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not an influencer. I'm not selling anything. Okay. And people aren't over here buying anything from me. I don't work for the Philippine government. I don't work for a Philippine company. Okay. I pay taxes in my home country. Google is in America. Okay. Which then they send any money that I earn to my American bank. And then I transfer it over here, but I don't have a problem. If the Philippine government came to me and said, hey, you know, I don't see how they would do it. So I'm not even going to worry about it. I wouldn't, but it's something that they've been talking about for years upon years. What the BRI is talking about, and they put a memo out. But remember, the people talking this stuff, they're not giving you the facts. I'm going to give you the facts. They're going after these influencers, guys, the ones who are selling these products and stuff on their YouTube channels, who are actually earning money in the Philippines. I work from the Philippines, but I don't have a problem if they want me to. TJ Johnson said you're being a Scrum Master. Yeah, right up there with Six Sigma and Scrum. Yeah. Eddie Sanders said, but you help the economy, so they are happy to have you here. Yeah, now, you know, if they're going to charge me taxes, then I'm not a charity, but I give away half of my YouTube money anyway. I don't think any other YouTuber does that. I could really be living this crazy lifestyle that they've got you guys thinking I am if I would have kept that $2 million in my pocket. But I didn't. I gave it away. Okay. D says your channel's informative. Your channel's awesome. Thank you. We're just talking about options today. You know, see, I don't worry about that stuff like that. Barry Stevens says, even if it's only a small improvement every day, or planning for improvements. Yeah, I call it baby steps. That's what Mike Dooley called it, and I agree with him. Just take baby steps. You have to have some faith, man. You know, see, it's like anything else. You got to believe it first before you see it. Everything starts up here first. But we're of the mindset that, I got to see if it works first. We don't think for ourselves. Okay. I put a post on Facebook today. I said, Happy National Think for Yourself Day. Now post something original. It's what I said, because everything that's on my feed is somebody's posting somebody else's post. We learn to think for ourselves, then you're going to learn to follow yourself. We're following the followers, guys. We're following the followers. Sam Champion said, Cal, I'm on the sidelines watching because I have an early morning office meeting. Keep doing you, brother. It's already built inside your heart. Absolutely. Jacob Tanjay, and thank you, Sam. He says, everybody that comes to my house, Sam, they look at those 2 plaques you sent me, which it takes a lot of thought and consideration for somebody to go through that. And sending that to me all the way over here, man. But they like, what is that? The last guy had over here. He said, what are those? I said, well, one of my subscribers sent me. And Sam Champion made some unbelievable plaques, man. I would go get them, but the guy put them on the wall so good, I don't want to mess them up. Vince Lawson said, what's up, Unc? Can't speak for the older men, but the sky's the limit for the guys in the 30s. We have help and time to make plenty of moves. But you think you got time. Yeah, you think you got time. I had a brother. Let me educate you on that. I had 2 brothers that were younger than you that died. One of them was murdered, and then the other drank himself to death at 30 years old. Now, you don't have plenty of moves. You don't have time. But you do have your youth. I would take advantage of it. TJ Johnson said, what would be your thoughts on visiting Japan now that it's back open? seeing some really good round trip tickets from Manila to Tokyo and Osaka around 300 to 350 mark for Cebu, Pacific, and Air Asia. I've never been interested in Japan. What's over there? I'd be happy to go. I just don't know a whole lot about Japan. Remember, I'm biased toward warm weather and beaches and all that. And if they got all of that, I'll go. Chris V says, retirees from Canada can get one full medical benefits like in Canada and spend 6 months in Canada, 6 months in Philippines. I don't know. But that's good information. If you could get more information it's because I've got a lot of Canadian subscribers. Keenan says, I'm 32 and plan on moving within the next 18 months. Sam Chapman said, Cal, I'm working on something else, just trying to get the theme together first. You deserve it, brother. Man, I appreciate it. I'm just trying to show people that we do have options, okay? That's all I'm saying. A lot of us think we're trapped in these circumstances. What it is, fear has you immobile. It has you hypnotized. It has you stopped in your tracks. Yeah, Marloff says, worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, you can always move back to the States. That's what I'm saying. When there's nothing to lose from trying and everything to gain if successful. See, that's what I'm telling you guys about, if you don't want to get on those dating sites, guess what? What do you have to lose if you come over here and you say hello to 10 beautiful women over here? 3 of them's going to be interested, by the way. And plus you have nothing to lose. Okay, say all 10 of them shut you down, all 100 of them shut you down. Well, you just go on the dating site where they're waiting, on a silver platter for you. But you have nothing to lose by trying. But imagine if that girl of your dreams says, yeah, I'm interested. Let's go out to dinner. Willie Cook says, God bless you for all you do, Cal. I appreciate it. Thank you, Willie. Island Fish says, I love the martial arts in Japan. Jeffrey Taylor said, I'm in Japan. Japan is boring. Yeah, see, so now you need to change, Jeffrey. You know that, though. Hell, you used to go to Thailand and different places like that. Because I'm going to go back over the 4 things that I thought about. What options do older men have? And this is just 4 things that I said. Number 1 was you have the option of doing nothing. And there's 2 parts to that. You're satisfied. You made all the right decisions. You saved your money. You met the right woman. You have your dream home and everything, your dream job. So you're not going to do anything. You said, okay, I'm set. I'm happy. I'm just going to ride this on out. But the flip side is that doing nothing is all you're doing is complaining. Woe is me. I'm the victim. Why did I have to be born in this family? Why did I have to be born in this generation? Why did I have to marry this woman and have these children? We're the victim. We go on and on and on, complain. So number 1 option that we have as older men is to do nothing. The second option we have, and these are legitimate options, is self-improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Take a good look in the mirror and say, what do I really need to work on? Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. Self-improvement. You want to lose weight. You want to get in shape. You want, what do they call it? Plastic surgery to improve your outer appearance. Whatever it is, meditation, read more books, go back to school. We're never too old to improve. Okay, the next thing I said is change. We have an option to change. Okay, those friends and lovers that you got, change them. If they're not doing anything for you. If the friends are only and lovers and, get a divorce, separate, move out of the house, stop hanging around those guys, get off the corner. If they certainly just planting seeds of doubt in your mind, because that's what they did to me. They tried to do that to me. But I was way ahead of them because I've been reading those books, Napoleon Hill, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, Og Mandino, Mike Dooley, all those guys, they already warned me that the biggest dream killers are well-meaning friends and family. They're always going to try to plant that seed of doubt in your mind. So change them people. Change jobs, man. If you don't like that job, change jobs. Retire. Some of us are old enough to retire, but we're holding out for that extra $300 or $400 or $700 extra a month we're going to receive when we get 67. If you live to be 67, man. If you live to be 67. Hey, thanks, Market Focus, for that super chat. He said, just adding to the collection plate. Have a blessed day, brother. Man, I really appreciate it, man. I mean, I never take this stuff for granted. Jeeves Winston said 35 months to go and will be 56 and done. I hear you. Jeffrey Taylor said, TJ, I've been here since 88. I've seen the decline. They finally opened completely this week. Oh, okay. I just never had any interest really to go over that. Barry Stevens said Japan and Korea are expensive, but you should try to visit once. But there are over 7,600 islands in the Philippines with over 1,000 inhabited. So there's a lot exploring right there. Yeah, and you make a great point that I try to make to people here. You cannot make an intelligent decision about the Philippines, whether you like it or not, with the very little bit of sample that you have. Okay, you went to Manila, oh, it's too crowded. You went to Cebu, oh, it's too crowded. Dumaguete, there's too many foreigners. You're talking about 3 places, guys. Most of us go. I'm going to tell you, it's an expat alley most foreigners go to, guys, okay? Here it is. Just like Bruce said about Thailand. Subic Bay, up in the Subic Bay area, Angeles City, Metro Manila, Cebu City, Dumaguete, Bacolod City, General Santos, and Iloilo City. Very few people, venture out of that area. You're talking about, Baracas, all those areas. I mean, when I say Iloilo, that's where Boracay is. They just don't go anywhere, guys. Sam Safari says it's easy in the Philippines, but I ain't easy. Well, that's subjective. The woman's going to say, you are easy. When she goes like that with them legs and all of that, you're going to see how easy you are. Rodney Dasher says, I'm starting to see the brothers' eyes getting wide open for the Filipino brothers like hips and that pound cake. Well, they got all that over here too, see? And this is what you have to understand. Filipinos are not the typical straight up and down Asian woman. They're mixed with so much stuff, man. I'm telling you guys, my wife, soon to be ex-wife, was 36, 26, 36. Now, how much hips and pound cake do you need? I mean, really, when you talk about that. Yeah, I meant to put DeVal. I'm sorry. Yeah, DeVal. I missed that. Thank you, Island Fish. But that's just a sample that we get. So then they'll go home and say, oh, man, I don't like the Philippines. Never been to Siquijor Island where there's nobody there. Never been to Puerto Galera. Never been to Mindoro and all those other places. Glen. It's so many places. You will never see everything here. It's impossible. I've never seen a video where somebody says, well, I went all over the Philippines. you're not going to see it. King Arthur said, Cal, it gets hot in Japan. Had 3 tours there. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I'm talking about all year round. I'd have to go there when it's hot. King Arthur. Yeah, Rodney Dasher, how much hips and pound cake would that be? She's 36, 26, 36. And when I met her, she weighed 100 pounds. So imagine what that looks like. I mean, something out of your fantasy, or your wildest dreams. See, when I exercised my options of traveling to the Philippines, I wasn't looking for a woman, remember. But once I got here and all those other options opened up to me, I was like, man. Jack Wolfanger, congratulations, Jack. I'll see you on Monday. God's will, the creek don't rise. He's getting married. And the 5-star, the only legitimate 5-star hotel in Cebu, in Lapu-Lapu, the Shangri-La. He said, good morning, Cal. Older men have every option. Get your passport and go anywhere. It's a huge world waiting for you to discover. See, that's just one option is travel. See, that environment, changing your environment. That's one option. But once you exercise that one option, it's going to reveal other options to you. You can go to school over here. You can go back to school in the Philippines for a fraction of the cost of college over there. One of the top schools in the Philippines, believe it or not, it's about 40,000 pesos per semester. 2 semesters, that's about $1,600 a year to go to one of the best colleges here in the Philippines. Yeah, I said Subic Bay. Yeah, Alpino, I said university is cheap. Marquez Dillon says the first time I went to the Philippines was in 1992. Okay, so remember change. We already talked about the environment. You don't even have to come overseas. You can move out of your neighborhood. Move somewhere different in that city, guys. You know, we got to get out of these routines. Travel, of course, relocate, go from Chicago to LA and see how that shakes your life up. And then we got to change our attitude. See, a lot of us, we've got negative attitudes. Woe is me. Nothing good's ever going to happen to me. Okay. And so guess what? Nothing good ever happens to you. Because we become what we think about. Okay, in that book, is it The Magnificent Obsession? By Earl Nightingale, he says that philosophers throughout the centuries, they disagree on a whole lot of things, but one thing they agree on is that a man becomes what he thinks about all day long. So if you got negative thoughts, then negative is going to come to you. Okay, Jeeves Winston says, off the bed, got to pay those taxes for the slackers. Yeah, Green Whiskey says schools in English, absolutely. Now, they're going to have, of course, Filipino courses. But yeah. What's up, Efren? He said, what's up, Cal? Keeping it real gritty as usual. Let them know. Yeah, come on over here or wherever you're going. But remember, travel is just one option that we have of many options that you've got. The first thing is to know you got options. And then that you're not a prisoner in your present circumstances. There's stuff you can do about it. Don't just sit there and, need I say, the next option you have, give up. Because that's an option. You can give up. This is different from doing nothing. Giving up, you can just end it all. Say, what's the use? I might as well just go on over to Jesus land or wherever I'm going. But another thing is we must exercise the options that you have. The world's not going to come to us. And that's what a lot of us want. We want the easier, softer way. That's just human nature. We want it easy. And that's why I don't do a whole lot of videos about dating and stuff no more, because it's too easy over here, okay? It's too easy. We're easy for them and they're easy for us. And it was created to be that way. Who wants to come 8,000 miles for a challenge or struggle? But men will tell you that, oh, my girl's different. She's not. She's not. And this is where we get into this argument about my girlfriend is different than yours. I'm sorry, guys. They're all with us for the same reason, and we're all with them for the same reason. I don't care how long you've been married. You got to go back to when you first met her. You know why you come over to the Philippines. You don't come over here for nothing else, really. Andrew Canchi says, Vagabond Awake with his girlfriend Hobo Venture have done a lot of videos on some of the lesser traveled cities in the Philippines and contrast them to the most popular. Yeah, expat locations. Thanks, Cal. Yeah, but it's just they haven't even scratched the surface, Andrew. Trust me, okay? I know Dan. He was the one who encouraged me to start a YouTube channel. I did my first ever interview on YouTube with Dan. He called me up on the phone on his live stream. Not his live stream. We did a video. All it was just a telephone call. And that really started it. Hey, Marquez Dillon, thanks for that super chat. He gets around, but it's too much to get around. He travels all over the place. He travels to other places too much to even scratch the surface of the Philippines. I'm just telling you that most of us, we go to those places just like Bruce was telling us about where the foreigners go, the tourists go in Thailand, and then think they're experts on Thailand. When they go to very few places, he said 8 or 9. He said, that's it, Cal. Hey, Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines Experience says, so Cal, you're telling it like it is. I love when you give the real nitty gritty. You're the only one who really presents it in the fashion. Keep up the great work. Thank you, brother. This is a new guy, Chocolate Man Mike. Yeah, thanks, Marquez. I really appreciate that. Jack says, Calvin, not sure if your viewers would be interested in seeing a traditional Filipino wedding reception. You're welcome to film and edit, post anything as you see fit that people may find interesting. Well, thank you. And talk to your wife about that and let her talk to her friends, because I'm certainly going to bring my gimbal, because I didn't do it the last wedding I went to because I don't know. He never said I could. But, you know, when Filipinos see a foreigner with a camera, they hide their face and they turn and all of that. And I understand it. But if you had a wedding, I don't understand why they would do that. But I'm certainly going to bring that. Jabraz says, I've never been out of the country until October. Booked a solo trip to Colombia. I had a great time. Now I can't wait for my next trip. It's going to open up more options for you. Yeah, it worked, Marquez. He said, did the super chat work? Yeah, he said, think about eternal life. Well, you mean eternal death? Which one, Farkeem Barster? Eternal life or eternal death? Because I know one thing, we don't know, and this is one of my favorite sayings by William Shakespeare. He says, what little we know of death, life should be a paradise. As much as my mother loved me, and no one loved me more than my mother. If anybody could come back and tell me what it's like on that other side, if there's anything over there, she would do it. Okay? So, you know, we don't really talk about sports, religion, politics, race a lot on here. So, you know, eternal life, I know more about eternal death. Elliot McCullough, yeah, Cal, change the background. I go outside. Yeah, he's in heaven. Yeah, I always catch the videos. Thanks. Hey, W Secrets of Success. Thanks for that super chaser. Cal, what's up with that white shirt and white background. You having a white gloves moment over there. I'm sorry, guys. Let me change my shirt real quick. You know, I never even thought about that. Thank you, Elliot. Wow. I didn't know what you were talking about, Elliot. I put this shirt on and it never even, crossed my mind. It's crazy that I had all that white on. I looked like I was in heaven. I guess that's why God said eternal life. But I know eternal death because in September it'll be 30 years since my mother passed, and I still miss her. I mean, I miss her as if it was like yesterday. Yeah. Y'all got me good on that. Thanks, Elliot. Marquez said, looks like your head is just floating. You about to look, oh man, yeah. Y'all got me. I never even thought about that, man. Hey, Cal, you look like you were in heaven. Yeah, I know. Maybe that's why that guy was talking about eternal life. Yeah, it's really bright. He said, retired 2019 says all my female options are older than me. Yeah, over there. Imagine, I'm 60, man. I got a woman that's 40. And, I got other options over here. If Merlin all of a sudden got mad at me and said, get out of here, I don't ever want to see you again, you think I'm going to be mad? No, because I know I got options. I got other options. Because coming over here, exercising my option to travel, revealed other options to me. Like, oh, man, look at these women over here. I don't have to deal with that BS over there in America. Look at the options, of moving over here. Look at the cost of living versus what I was dealing with over there. Because I can afford to live in America, but what can I live the lifestyle in America that I'm living over here? No, I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just telling you. Okay, Jackie said, Calvin, we have spoken about it. She's good with it. She is just shy about personal interviews. Thank you being considerate. We don't drink, no alcohol there, but very traditional ceremony. Yeah, I don't drink either. Haven't had a drink. See, that was an option that I had, remember? I could drink if I want to and be miserable, or I could stop. Mr. G said, my wife was suggesting you just wear no shirt. Yeah, right. Same here, brother, about our moms. Yeah. And trust me, if anybody was going to come back and say, hey, you need to straighten up over here because it's real over there, it would be her. Yeah, men in white. Looked like Calvin was streaming from the upper room. Hey, but they do have a place over here in Ilo, guys. I'm going to tell you something. It's white, like all of this is white. It's like heaven. You got to walk up just like 700 steps, and then once you get to the steps, you go up some more. It's just this white. I used to have pictures of it. If you're in Ilo, but it's not Ilo City. It's about 45 minutes outside of Ilo City. It's on a farm. And these people, they're rich, evidently, man, because they got this just tremendous farm. It's huge. But they've created this heaven on their farm, man. It's the most unusual thing that I've ever seen before. Chocolate Man, Mike, Philippines Experience said, Sir Cal, keep doing you and being genuine. Your shirt didn't bother me. I'm here for the nitty gritty. Thanks, brother. What's up, Q? He said, peace, brother, Cal. Love Sunshine Shoulders. TJ said, Cal was reminding me that I missed my Uncle Charles, y'all. I was afraid his next interview was going to be from the Crossroads. Mark Dillon says, I want to move there now, but I still need the hamster wheel money. Yeah, but see, you got an option of taking your next vacation over here, Marquez. That's an option you've got. I mean, I wouldn't go to Florida. I mean, we wore Florida out. We wore Las Vegas out. We've wore, let's see, Gatlinburg out. Where else did we go? You know all the places. The Grand Canyon. Like, damn, how many times can you see the damn Grand Canyon, guys? Is all I'm saying. Eric A. Block says, Calvin, I went to Philippines the first time. I absolutely fell in love with the country and the women. Don't bring that American state of mind there. Absolutely. Retard 2019 said, my expenses are $3,600 per month, and I don't even own a home. America's expensive. Wow. Yeah. That's facts. But we don't want to pay attention to facts anymore. It's all about opinion. It's all about rhetoric, Retard 2019. When people start talking facts, they get canceled over there. It is expensive over there. But some guy says, oh, he on Justin Critter Hunter's channel, he made a vlog. And the guy says, oh, yeah, I see a lot of those guys are moving to the Philippines because they can't afford to live in America. Man, we just want to keep more of our hard-earned money in our pocket. That's an option that we have. You can stay over there and pay all that stuff and think you're doing something, or you can come somewhere else where it's a lot more affordable to live. I'm not missing out on anything. If it wasn't as nice over here as I said it was, I'd have been and gone home, man. Y'all don't know me. I'm a Gemini, man. I get bored and I switch up in a minute. But no, it's the real deal over here for me. Jeff West Bay says, the half has never been told. If you knew how it was on the other side, you would question, what am I waiting for? Well, go ahead and kill yourself, Jeff. If you so for sure. This is the thing that confuses me about Christians. And let's don't get into this, guys. You know, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You know, I mean, you know, I respect people's beliefs, guys. Don't get me wrong. But let's not, you know, bring that on my channel. Otto Rodriguez says, I'm old and happily married to a Filipino. A successful fisherman always knows where the abundance of fish are in case of emergency. Man, that's great, man. See, this is what I'm talking about as far as options. And taking one option is going to reveal to you other options. But if you're just going to sit on the couch, you know, twiddling your thumbs, not exercising, only one option really, and that's doing nothing. You're going to complain. You are a victim. Then other options are going to be revealed to you, like trips to the doctor. You know, what cancer treatment do you want? Do you want chemotherapy or you want radiation? Those are the only type of options you're going to have. TJ Johnson said, Willie, Tom said, LL, the noise on the white on white almost looked like that dated 90s effect they used. I didn't even realize it, man. I ain't gonna lie, I had all that. That hip says, LOL, you're in a Catholic country. Okay, yeah. But one thing that I've noticed, remember my father was a preacher, is that people are religious when it's convenient for them. Okay? Remember them two-man tandems that's going around here shooting, killing everybody. They're Catholic too. They were raised Catholic too now. Don't forget that. A lot of these women were coming over here, sleeping with on the first night, the men we get off the plane, they're Catholic too, okay? And I'm not putting anybody down. You know, we're going to do what we have to do. But I'm saying everybody's religious when it's convenient. That's why the churches are full of old people. Marquez Dillon said, Philippines reminds me of when I was a kid back in the 70s. Plus, Philippines is so beautiful for everything. I've been there 22 times, but don't make the big jump yet. I say the same thing. It reminds me of when I was little, okay? Everybody seems to know everybody, okay? You can go next door and borrow a sack of rice if they have it. Or somebody may come knocking on your door and say, hey, can I wash your clothes today for some money to feed my family. That's how it used to be when I was growing up. When I came here in December 5th, 2018, I had been living in my house I was renting for 2 years. I did not know either neighbor on both sides of me. I didn't know them. Michael Alexander said, Dr. Phil Valentine, Dane Calloway. Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience says, I did nothing for decades in the West and was morbidly obese and half dead. Living here with real natural foods and motivation to live and be happy saved me. Thank you. See, he exercised that one option of coming over here. Then the option of eating better revealed itself. Then the option of, hey, look at this beautiful young woman over here revealed itself. Then the option of self-improvement revealed itself. Tim West said, being religious when it's convenient, LOL, that's a good one. Well, that's usually what happens. I'm just being honest. Hey, Sir Geechee Lance said, didn't know you were live, Cal. Well, yeah, it's Thursday. Sir Geechee Lance. Elijah Van Warmer said, yeah, the real nitty gritty. Brian Jones said, who wouldn't want to live somewhere where there's beautiful islands, beautiful people, and probably less stress and less expensive? Right. But when you practice that or exercise that one option, the other options are going to be revealed to you. You say, I got the option of staying over here, living a good life for a whole lot less than what I'm doing at home. Tim West said, LOL, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. I know I shouldn't laugh at this, but telling people to clock out of life is raw as that. I get it. It's an option, but a bad one. Yeah, I mean, he's just saying that Jeff said, and I'm not picking on Jeff, he just said that if I knew what was on the other side, he's like, well, what am I waiting for? I said, well, okay, go ahead. I'm just saying, yeah, but Pumpkin Joe is right on the money. See? He exercised that option of travel, and he got so much more out of it because I'm pretty sure he told me that his friends and family were trying to talk him out of it too, because that's what's going to happen. I made a video long before all this passport bro stuff. I said, when you come to the Philippines, you will be attacked. And I didn't mean attacked by the Filipinos. I mean by people over there in your circle. Oh, you're pedophile. You're going over there and you're going to take advantage of women. Why are you leaving America? Why are you leaving the first world to go to the third world? They're going to roll it out, man. They're going to shoot you with all of them damn insults and they're going to try to put you down. But if you tell them you're going to France, or I'm going to London, England, they're going to ask you, what can you bring me some souvenirs back? But the minute you say you're going to the Philippines, their mind just explodes. They go crazy. And they've never been here before. They've never been to the Philippines before. That's what kind of messes with me. Hey, RC and Jax, thanks for the super chat. Says, waiting to find out if I have either bladder or prostate cancer, but not religious. So I sure as hell don't feel right asking God to spare me. That's hypocritical. Peace and love, Cal. Yeah, but my thing is, when you talk like that, and really, I'm going to send good vibrations your way, and people are going to laugh at that. But that's more real than some white man up there with a beard who says, well, I'm going to give RC in Jacksonville prostate cancer and wait for him to beg me to heal him. Like, instead of just getting rid of cancer, period. Okay? Not even letting it exist in the world. Okay? That would be a good start for me. All right? Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, man, we wish you a speedy recovery, the best of diagnosis, man, And that's a fact, man. You know, that's the way I look at it. Hey, Bijan Bain says, headed to Southeast Asia in April. I might fly over from Thailand to Cebu. That would be a great thing to do. See, people always want to compare the two. You can do them both. Why not go to Vietnam, which is even closer to the Philippines than Thailand? Then you're over in Cambodia, Laos, Indonesia, India. What's going on, man? Xavier Allen, man, thanks, brother. He was over here at the meet and greet. He said beautiful white sandy beaches, beautiful mountains, beautiful friendly people, great weather, and your money goes further. What's not to like about the PH? This is what I'm saying. What's up, PH expat, Philippine expat prepper? And that's just the little that we see of it, Xavier. So much more over here. You know, you said beautiful people. I know what you're saying. You're talking about them beautiful women. That's a fact. And I got an option, though. I can deal with the women over here. I can go at home and deal with the women. Which one you want to deal with? If I'm going to be henpecked, then let it be by a 5'5" 128-pound with a 26-inch waist. I don't want Big Shirley screaming and hollering down my throat, down my back, I mean. And then no telling, you know, doing that old crazy stuff to your food when they get mad at you. Have you ever noticed that a woman's mad at you, the food tastes different than when she's not mad at you? Am I the only one that noticed that? The Ghost of Pennsylvania says, how the hell does anyone know what God looks like when even Moses wasn't allowed to see him in physical form? Well, hell, was Moses even real? You know, you got to think about, where did these stories come from? They came from African stories. You know, they just took all that information, man, and rolled it up into into their little program and threw it out there to the world, guys. Yeah, Fidencio Mendoza says, for relaxation and beauty, the top two places, brother. It is, man. You know, you can't. What shocks me is this. The Philippines never makes any of those lists. Okay, every now and then you'll see Palawan on the list of one of the most beautiful beaches, maybe Boracay, but that's about it. You're not going to see the Philippines on any other list, the happiest people, the best places to retire, you know, the most affordable places to retire. The Philippines is not on those lists. I don't know who's making the list up. What's up, Vincent, man? Long time, brother. I'm glad you could join us. I know you probably on that hamster wheel. Thanks, man, for all your support, man. He was here from the beginning. Good to see you, man. Nicholas Jasmine says, I would not be an expat with just a Social Security check. Well, that's your option, Nicholas. See? But somebody with a Social Security check says, okay, I'm 66. I'm not getting any younger. But, yeah, this guy says, depending on the Social Security amount, see, he says, the Philippine expat prepper says, I get 4,000 plus. See, yeah, but this is what guys come on here. They want to stir up something, okay? He doesn't realize that some people get just great amounts of Social Security, and then they got retirement. But anyway, it's just an option that you can do. You know, you can sit there and, okay, if all you got is a Social Security check in your home country, okay, then what good is that going to do you? You're one of those guys, you're going to do nothing but sit there and complain and say, all I got is one Social Security check, when 95% of the planet doesn't have a Social Security check. Okay? JM says, will you join the panel tomorrow and Zoom to Thailand in Philippines versus Thailand show, bro? No one's ever asked me. I never knew anything about it. I know so little about Thailand and the Philippines. I mean, I could just give you my boots on the ground experience. That'd be all it. But there is no Philippines versus Thailand, guys. This is a manufactured beef. This is a manufactured competition. I'm telling you, you can't do it. There's no reason for you to do it. You can do them both. I promise you, man. We went last June. It's a 2.5-hour flight. If I don't like it in the Philippines, I get tired of the Philippines, just get on a plane and go to Thailand. You get tired of Thailand, come back to the Philippines. If that's all it is, why just the Philippines versus Thailand? Why not Thailand versus Singapore? Philippines versus Bali? The guy that wrote me said, we've been sleeping on Miramar. He said, Cal, we've been sleeping on Miramar. Yeah, the back to San said, yes, the Tupac and Biggie of Asian countries. Yeah. Michael Alexander said, Cal, I have nothing but desire and hope, brother. I will see you soon because I will find a way. And that's really all you need. You know, just put it out there and then make baby steps. Okay. When I first said that I was coming to the Philippines, guys, how many times I got to tell this story? I did not have the money. I was going by what Mike Dooley said. He said, put it in a scrapbook. Okay, I took his advice. And then I started visualizing myself in the Philippines. It got so bad, man. I'd be driving home from an insurance appointment. And you know how you go blank driving, right? You driving and then you all up in your subconscious mind. Okay. And then, I mean, I could feel the heat on the heat of the sun on my neck, man. I could feel my toes in the sand. And 7 months later, man, I had enough money. I could have brought 3 or 4 people with me. And 2 months later after that, there I was on the beach in Panglao Hall, man, with a beautiful young Filipina right next to me with that coral blue sea, the white sand, you know. But when I put it out there in the universe that I wanted to come to the Philippines, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. I was barely making my mortgage payment and all of that, man. I had like $5,000 in bills at the time. But you got to put it out there and then start walking toward there, you know, because I had lost my train of thought. But in the book by Dorothea Brand, Wake Up and Live, she says, what would you do or what would you attempt to do if you knew that everything you tried, you were going to be successful? So she says, go ahead and act as if it were impossible to fail. See, this is the most powerful part. Now, that's not original to her. That's something out of French mythology, lore. But she says, act as if it were impossible to fail. She said, and watch a whole new life open up right in front of you. But most of us live that hesitant life. You know, we want surety. We want certainty. You know, that's why we get online. We want the woman to say, yeah, come on over here. I'm waiting at the airport for you. Instead of just coming on over here. Okay. Because somebody's going to choose you over here. Believe it or not. You may think I'm lying, but that's the truth. Hey, W Secrets to Success. Thanks for that super chat. Now, he's been to my house, man. He's been here before. He knows that I'm not living some extravagant lifestyle. My whole house can probably fit in his living room. This guy lives in a $1 million home over there in America. Not many of us can say that. But he says, traveling, except for a few close friends, family members, I don't tell anyone about my travels. It's none of their business. Plus, I really don't give a French toast about outside opinions of how I spend my money and time. And that's the perfect way to look at it, especially when you get our age, guys. Why should you sit around? That's what I'm saying. A lot of us, W Secrets of Success, we live that hesitant lifestyle because we're wondering, well, what are they going to say? I'm going to the Philippines, or I'm going to go out and buy this new car, or whatever it is, or I'm going to bring this 25-year-old beautiful woman home with me. So we don't even do it because we're worried about what they say. RC and Jack said, don't just think about Social Security, you need savings. I suggest 200,000 plus in savings, medical emergencies and life happen. He said, no, in savings. Medical emergencies and life happen. Some people say 200,000, it's not easy, but you have to be committed. Now, I spent a lot of money here. I can honestly say, like Philippine Expat Vlogger says, I've certainly spent 200,000 here, but it was for planned property, buildings, and businesses over a 17-year plan. Now, I wasn't able to have that kind of money, RC Jacks. That's what I'm saying. It's all about taking a risk. I'm not saying don't be stupid. Don't come over here with $600 a month and that's all you got. Yeah, you can come over here for vacation for that. But the fact is that when you come over here, when you exercise that option of travel, it's going to reveal to you other options that you're not even thinking about right now. Remember on the video with me and Marilyn the other day, we're on the beach, and I said, at the end, I was saying, you know, we're never too old to dream. See, and then once you start dreaming, guys, once you realize that one dream, your dream is going to start having babies. That's original to me. One dream is going to, you know, become parentage to other dreams, you know, just by me living my dream of jumping off the hamster wheel, getting out of the rat race, coming to the Philippines. That was my dream. That was one dream. But then all of a sudden, all these other dreams started cropping up. Okay, live in a place where it never gets cold. Okay, I haven't lived on the beach yet, but that's coming. Having a house paid for, you know, just having more money than bills, just getting the stress off of my back. But I had to take that first leap of faith first. You got to take some risk, but 200,000 I didn't have. And if that's what it took, if somebody would have told me that, I probably would have came anyway. Yeah, no. DA, that hip says, LOL, you're nuts to go to Miramar with stratocracy in place. No, but he said, that's what I asked him. I said, can we even go there? Because, you know, everybody knows what's going on over there. But he said, yeah. He said, we're slipping on Miramar. Ronnie Villanova says, the U.S. has beautiful beaches also, but you need to still travel to Hawaii to enjoy the water. Yeah, we're not comparing the United States to the Philippines or anywhere else. We're just saying, first of all, know that we have options. The name of the video of the blog today is what options do older men have? See, as we get older, we think that our options become smaller. We have less options, but in reality, we don't. The guy Ingram that came on here, he made a great point. He said, Calvin, as men get older, we actually become more valuable. We're wiser. We have, you know, we're more financially stable. We're more responsible in most cases. So our options should grow as we grow. But the first thing is to know that you got options and know that you can do something about the situation, your situation, if you're not happy with it. But then you have to exercise those options. You can't just sit there, okay? Because remember, one option is to do nothing. Yeah, he said, don't forget Cambodia, Mongolia, Laos, Nepal. It's a bunch of places. Even though they're having some problems in Papua New Guinea. Herbert Williams says, I'll be traveling to Boracay next month. And Alan Fish said, Willie Thompson said, Alan Fish, because most of these guys are living on less than $1,500 and can't really afford to enjoy both. They have to pick one or the other. No, they don't. They don't. See, that's where you're wrong. You don't have to pick one or the other. As a matter of fact, your money goes just as far in Thailand as it does here. Why not do both? You guys are out of touch with reality. $1,500 right now at 5,500. At 55 pesos to the dollar. Man, you're talking about almost over 80,000 pesos per month. Who earns 80,000 pesos over here? That's a lot of money, man. So yeah, you can live off. And I'll answer that and say this. If you can live off of 1,500 US in America, what makes you think you couldn't do it over here? Even though you've got subsidies and out the a-hole over in America is going to help you, there's no subsidies over here. But the mere fact that the cost of living is lower here, you can do it. And guess what, Willie Thompson? If you fail, so what? Get back on the plane and go back home. At least you tried. See, you have nothing to lose from trying. And you're going to see it's going to open up a whole different world to you. Now you're going to be like, well, hell, I ain't got to stay in this old thankless marriage. I go over here and this woman, no matter what it is, that the reason is that she likes me, at least she wants me around. She's 25-year-old and in the prime of her life. And one of the things that these men haters in America say, you're stealing the best years of her life. No, we're not. Those are some strong words when you're talking about stealing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're taking from her the best years of her life. No, she's voluntarily giving me that, and it's not for free. Okay, she's going to get a whole lot more back in return. And what I say to those women over there, because that's the first thing they say, oh yeah, you guys are over there, taking the best years of her life. Okay. We didn't make the rules. Okay, we didn't make the rules. And so I don't have to be up here apologizing for the rules or for the way things are over here. Just like I don't apologize for the way they are in America. He said, what are the 5 major social problems in the Philippines? Probably the same everywhere else. He says poverty, lack of education, drug and substance abuse, vice, crime, and unemployment. Oh my God. Yeah, well, is that not what's going on in America? Helpology. Come on. You couldn't be that damn ignorant. The Ghost of Pennsylvania says, Michael Alexander, if you go to the Philippines with $5,000 for 1 month, then you'd be coming back with hardly anything spent. 1,000 can do a lot in a month in the Philippines. It can. It just depends. I mean, if you're on vacation mode now, what are you saying? Now, it's not going to do a whole lot if you're talking about buying paying for your accommodations and your food. That's going to be 1,000 right there for a month. Okay? You're going to need a little bit more than that. But there's places you can go. You can go to, remember that Airbnb that I rented in Siquijor? The lady said she wanted $19,000 for the whole month. So right now, what would that be? A little bit over $300 a month, but that's everything. You don't have to pay a deposit. Just give it a $19,000, so that's $300. But now you got to eat. You're already in the resort tourist spot. So yeah, you could do it there, but I would say if you're going to stay here a month, I say bring at least $1,000 for every week you're going to be here. Simply because you're going to be in vacation mode. You're going to be doing a whole lot of spontaneous stuff. Okay? Just put it like that. Yeah, Raymond Walker said 1,000 per month is not enough, especially if you plan on having a woman. It's not. I mean, you can do it, of course. You can do it. TJ Johnson says that style is over 60 at the beach of life, unless you're on Air Asia or Philippine Pacific, in which case you need to step off the plane, down the stairs, and onto the terminal bus. Yeah. Gerald Wilkins says some people will put stumbling blocks in their own way. Absolutely. And that's what the guy says. Oh, I wouldn't come over there with just a Social Security check. Well, if that's all you get, then you're going to be the one that's going to do nothing. You're going to complain. Oh, all I got is one Social Security check. What's the point of me going over there? Okay. He says, Willie Thompson says, of course you can live on $1,500 in the Philippines. My comment is about trying to enjoy both places. $1,500 minus your flight to Thailand. Well, hell, minus your accommodations won't leave much behind. So you're just saying $1,500. I thought you said $1,500 per month. You could do both. But that's an argument that's going to go on forever. See, when they have those type of arguments, guys, look, number one, you have no friends on YouTube. Number two, people will create arguments on YouTube to generate views. This is what this is doing. It's nonsense to compare the Philippines versus Thailand. There's nobody living on this planet right now that has enough knowledge on both of those places to give you a real good analogy. They'd be older than we are. Okay. It's manufactured. And it's just something that nobody really cares about. But it's your option, you know. That's another option you got. Hey, the dog is running. Thanks for that super sticker. The Ghost of Pennsylvania says he bought 10,000, spent only 1,200 in just a month back in 2018. I left for 8,900. Well, hell, you had 10,100 then. You didn't have 10,000, but what were you doing in 2018? It was a whole lot cheaper. Hey, thanks. The dog's running. He said, hey, Cal, I'm buying a super chat to buy your coffee tomorrow. I appreciate it, man. He said, thanks for the videos and the info, old salt. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I'm older. TJ Johnson said 2,000 a month minimum. I would say that too, if you're coming over on vacation. But the longer you stay here and you become acclimated to the place, you know your way around, you know where to eat, you know where to stay, you know the cheapest transportation and all that stuff, okay? You can live here for less than 2,000 a month. But if you're on vacation, that's the minimum I would bring, because you're going to do a lot of spontaneous stuff. Oh, let's go to Boracay. Let's fly to Thailand and come back. There's no telling what you're going to want to do.
That's just your chicken.
What?
Make your chicken for air fryer. For your...
Yeah, just give me like 6 pieces. Remember when excuse me, everybody, when Cherry leaves, shut the doors and cut on the aircon, because I've got a subscriber coming over here.
For 3 o'clock, right?
For 3 o'clock. So I want it to be cool in there for him, because I know he's not used to this weather over here. I keep the air on in here. Let's see. Let me finish reading this, what he was saying. Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines Spirit says, unfortunately, you aren't living a 5-star lifestyle, even close to Western accommodation. You need at least 4,000. Cal's correct. Yeah, that's what we're going to do when we come over here for the first time. Because that's what I did. I'm not telling you something that I heard. I'm telling you what I did. I came over here and spent a whole lot more money than I should have, because I'm thinking, oh, it's a 4-star hotel. It's only $100 a night. I'm thinking that's a deal. Everything's not a deal, but it's going to look like a deal to you coming from the West. If you go down on the Magnificent Mile, you can find hotels at a certain time of the year for $100, $125 a night. Really. I mean, but it's off season. So you're thinking, oh, if I come over here, not realizing that I can move into a pension house that has the same things that this other place has, swimming pool included, for $20 a night. But the girl I was with, my son's mother, she was too afraid to tell me that. She didn't step in and say, hey, why are we staying here? when we can stay here? And so I spent a whole lot more money. RV says 1,000 a month if you eat in our Carinderias deli. Yeah, but you know, that's a stretch, RV. Who's going to do that? I know Michael Beach of Life, he eats a lot of the street foods and stuff. I don't know if he's just doing it to, experience the culture or whatever. And I don't think he does it every single day. Michael Alexander said, thanks, guys, for the info on about how much money I need to bring on vacation. I would just say $1,000. It doesn't mean you're going to spend $1,000 a week, but if I'm going to be here for 2 weeks, bring $2,000. What's going on, Alan? He said, good evening from Florida, sunshine. He's been to my house before. See, these guys, it makes me proud when I see people on my live stream that have actually been here. They know that I'm the real deal. I'm not some celebrity. I'm not some guy that walks around with his head in the clouds and everything like that. I am who I say I am, and I'm proud of that. That's why I make these live streams, because most of the time when you guys, by the time y'all get over here, it's like we know each other already. See, I make myself accessible to my viewers and subscribers. Without y'all, I'm nothing. I have no channel. How can I forget that? But you see other YouTubers over here, because I'm in the Philippines, they become celebrities. They don't want you coming over their house. They don't want you coming around them. Just keep clicking on their videos, okay, and sending them support and all of that. But you better not come around me, by the way, because I'm a celebrity. So, yeah, what's up, Alan? What's up, Gleason? Thanks for that super chat. Have you decided when you're coming, Gleason? I know he lives in North Carolina. He lives not far from my son, as a matter of fact. My son lives in Raleigh. He's been there for a year. This will be a year, the 14th, which he's already been there a year. Yeah, RV says, yeah, 2,000 a month. Yeah, that's a minimum. Gleason Baker says, you just keep growing. Yeah, I think because people see that I'm just like them. I'm just a normal guy. And this is what I don't want people to miss. I want them to see in me an example of saying, okay, at least I can try to go over there. I mean, he's no smarter than me. I don't have a formal education. All right. I did one semester in college, and that's only so that I could get my student loan and my Pell Grant. If they'd have gave it to me on the first day, then I'd sit here and tell you that I only have 1 day of college, which is not to say that there's anything wrong with college. Just that at that time I was drinking. I just wanted the money. And I didn't intentionally pay back the student loan. They garnished my taxes and everything else, so they got their money back. So, I'm not a saint, but I'm just a regular guy. And I want people to see that, because otherwise they would think it takes somebody special to come over here and do what I'm doing. It doesn't. But it does take courage, guys. It does take some risk. Okay, it does take in some, using that I don't give a damn button that you've got now. If you're 50 years old or over, no matter where you live, you've got that button. You got to use it. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Okay, you go over there and it doesn't work out and you come back. Well, at least I went over there. You still in the same place you was when I left. You're in the same place when I got back. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I say 1,000 a week, TJ. Yeah, that's now when I went, okay, I came here in 2009, but when I was with her, when I spent all that money, I spent $7,000 in 2 months. So that was about $1,000 a week I was spending. But we were staying at the top hotels. even when we went to Bohol, even when we went to Boracay, we were staying in these high-class hotels. When anybody's been to Bohol and Boracay know that you can stay in that 2-star hotel. It's still the same beach. You're still going to get the Wi-Fi. But at that time, everybody had the damn pocket Wi-Fi. But you're still going to get the hot and cold water. You're still going to get the cable. At that time, it was cable. It wasn't Wi-Fi. And, you know, the aircon. But I spent a whole lot of money, you know, because I actually had $20,000 on my debit card. Okay. I ended up spending $7,000. And when I got home, I was like, damn, I thought the Philippines was supposed to be so cheap. Why did I spend so much money? It's when I start rethinking my spending over here. It was after that trip that I said, I'm spending much too much money over in the Philippines. At that time, $7,000 could have bought me a house in Luwigan, and it's a little a barangay right on the ocean in northern Mindanao. It's a barangay of Bislick City, beautiful place. It could have bought me a house there. Harvey Garner said, what exactly is a pension house? They just call it a pension house. I don't know the history of it, but it's really no different than a hotel, really. It's just cheaper. But they've got something in Manila called a pensioner house. And I think what it was pensioners lived there or rented there. I think that has something to do with it, but that's all it really is. Tango Alpha Bravo says, but it's better to have the money. I didn't bring that much money with me. And when I went to Thailand for 25 days, I also brought only 1,000. I live fine, but I have a minimalistic backpacker's budget. And you make a great point because you can come here as a backpacker and live. They've got $250 a night hostels here, guys. We just came from Siquijor Island. They've got one. We went to Malboal. They've got a place, 250 pesos per night. They've got places in Cebu. Everywhere you go here. Remember my video when I told you one of the biggest sources of information over here, it's not the vloggers, it's the backpackers. They know where everything is. You know, you see them, they look wrinkled and their hair hasn't been combed. But you ask them, hey, where can I go to get something to eat? Where can I go to get a hot shower, a cheap hostel? They're going to tell you. They've got all the information. But we look at them and we stay away from, not realizing that most of those people are rich. Okay? A lot of the people are rich. They come over here and they spend their summers over here doing that stuff. Traveling all around Thailand, the Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam, stuff like that in a backpack. Then they go back home to these glass towers. Because if you go to Siquijor Island right today, you're going to see some of the most beautiful white women you've ever wanted to see. If you miss those Western women over there, just go to Siquijor Island. You're going to see them there with the G-string bikinis on, just the perfect bodies, the blonde hair, blue eyes. You're going to see that. I'm talking about every single time I've been to Siquijor Island, they're there. Now, I don't know what the connection is, but if that's what you like, they're here, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, and the Jim Cruz says, is American Express card spendable in the Philippines? Yes, but not everywhere. But it is. TJ Johnson says, I love Thailand. For me, it blows pH out of the water in the most important category, food. Well, remember, you haven't tasted all the food here, TJ. And I tell people all the time, it has everything to do with who's cooking your food. And it's just your opinion, and we have to honor your opinion and respect it, which we do. But that's all it is. It's just an opinion. See, I love the Philippines simply because we're welcome here, and I know we're welcome. Okay, and everything is so easy for me over here. Okay. And let's just be honest, like remember, I'm not trying to pay for nothing. See, when I was over in Thailand, even though you're gonna pay for it either way it goes, those women, the minute they look like normal women, it wasn't even an unspoken agreement. Over there, it's a spoken agreement. That's the difference. Okay. Over here, it's an unspoken agreement. Over there, it's spoken. They let you know right off the top. But I know so little Thailand, that's why I can't even compare them. I won't even try to compare them. But if you've only been to a few places in the Philippines, you can't compare that, man. And why would you? Why compare Thailand again? I say it again. Why compare Thailand to the Philippines? Why that? Why not comparing Thailand to America, Singapore, the places where it's really on par with these places as far as, being modern and everything like that? I'm just a simple guy. That's why I like it here. I've been simple my whole life. Okay. And, I'm not, I'm older, y'all younger, y'all come from a whole different generation. I don't know what y'all like. But as for me, the Philippines is for me, man. I take it. So, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and argue about whether one place is better than the other. If you like it, then go there. I know you've got a Filipino girlfriend. You don't have a Thai girlfriend. So I don't know. If Thailand was so much better, it seemed like you would have a Thai girl and you'd be in Thailand. You wouldn't be in the Philippines with a Filipino girl. But that's a whole different argument, guys. It doesn't matter. We need to stop falling out over this foolishness. Enjoy both of them. Whatever you can't get here, you can get there. Okay, but you're not going to bump into foreigners every 5 feet here. Big Shirley is in Thailand. I know that for a fact. And you're not going to run into Big Shirley over here. Okay? And that's who I'm trying to avoid. So I don't care. Thailand could have everything. They got that big fancy castle over there, that big, all that King's Castle and all of that, right? But they also got Big Shirley. And so they can have all of that. Mike Alexander says, I want what you have found, Brother Calvin. I'm just trying to be an example for the Philippines. There's a lot of other people over in Thailand, even Vietnam. There was a brother, Edge Travels, over here on my panel one time. He's in Cambodia. He talks about how much he loves Cambodia. Nobody even talks about Cambodia. It's always either the Philippines. We're limiting ourselves. Yeah, the Bachelor of Science said Big Shirley is here for sure. I know she is. I belong to a group. It's called Brothers and Sisters in Thailand. And it's full of Big Shirleys, man. They over here. And they got that same attitude. It's like XXX says, I'll take the Philippines. I love it here. Michael Barger says you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Hey, Michael Alexander, thanks for that super chat. He said, I will always support you, Brother Cal. Thanks for showing me the way. Tim May said, this is a good topic, Cal. Yeah, what is our options? Because a lot of people, they think, oh, well, the Passport Bros is the only ones showing us the options. That's just one option, guys. The travel option. Once you exercise that, it's going to open up a whole lot of other options for you that you aren't even aware of. Okay, this is what I want to tell you, but you have to exercise your options. Okay, that's number one. Well, it's actually 1A, because one is knowing that you have options. Because a lot of us we're just doing nothing. We haven't given up all the way. We haven't, pulled the plug and killed ourselves. But some of us we're just not doing anything. We're just sitting around complaining about America, about the West, but we're not doing anything about it. And those are the worst kind. Hey, Ronnie Villanova says, I'm retired now, and I look forward to your live chat. It gives me the fuel to go there. Yeah, if not here, somewhere else. But I'm just trying to be an example to show you that it's possible. That's all. I don't care where you go. I don't care what turns you on. I'm in the Philippines, so I have to talk about the Philippines. I'm not like those other guys. I'm not in Florida. I'm not in Houston, Texas. I'm not in all these other places talking about the Philippines. I'm here. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about the Philippines and what it has to offer. Why would I talk about anywhere else? I don't get it. Gerald Wilkins says, thanks for sharing your life's experiences you're having in the Philippines. This is your boots on the ground experience. That's all it is. See, I'm not an expert on the Philippines. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm giving you my boots on the ground experience. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, and what I'm experiencing. I call that the nitty gritty. Okay? So when you come over here, you're not going to be blindsided. You're more than likely going to see something else because you got a whole different perspective. That's one of the flaws of creation, is that there's 8 billion perspectives now. So there's always going to be an argument. There's always going to be, somebody, disagreeing. But you won't be able to ever say that I was lying. Okay? The girlfriend experience, I'm not lying. How easy it is to get a woman over here, I'm not lying. How friendly the Filipino people are, I'm not lying, guys. It's 82 degrees all year long here. The beaches here are very, very beautiful. You can get a Airbnb right on the beach for about $19 a night. I'm not lying about that. See? And this is what I want you to know, to say, hey, you can come over here. You're welcome, because planes are flying back and forth over to the Philippines and the United States. I can only talk about the United States, okay? So you can come over here, man. You're going to be okay. See if you like it. And if you don't, go back home. That's your option, though. Exercise that option, because when you come over here, it's going to open up a whole lot more options. It's going to reveal a whole lot more for you. But what can you do? You can do nothing. You can do nothing about your options, but that has two sides. One of them is you're satisfied. You've done everything right. And there's a lot of people have done that. You enjoy your F-150 truck driving, every Sunday to the park or wherever it is. You like your bull riding contest and all that they have over there in America. You saved your money. You've chosen the right profession, the right wife, the right city. You're not going anywhere. You're satisfied. You're not going to do anything. Okay? Then you've got, I'm not going to do, the do nothing is, I'm going to complain. Woe is me. I'm the victim. Why did I have to be born black? Why did I have to be born a man? Why did I have to be born a woman? Or whatever it is in this family. Okay? But then you got another option, self-improvement. See, there's no limit to the self-improvement. You're never too old to improve your life. Physically, mentally, socially, financially, spiritually. Self-improvement, guys, Huh? What? That's booby. What are you doing? What do you want? Hold on. Cherry. Boobies woke. Another option we have is change. Change of environment. So that means move. You can move out of that neighborhood you've been there for forever. Travel. Now the passport bros are telling you, hey, get your passport and travel, see the world. You can even relocate. You can go from the West Coast to the East Coast to the West Coast. Change is good, guys. Change the friends that you hang around with. Get a divorce. Separate. Okay, when you got people around planting that seed of doubt, which they do, my family did it to me. Why do you want to become an insurance agent? Why do you want to work for yourself? Nobody has ever owned a business in our family. What makes you think you're going to do it? Why do you want to leave America for the Philippines? And they'll jump on your back and they'll attack you with that. So I left them alone. I separated myself from them. So I changed. I got a divorce from that woman who didn't like to read, who didn't like to work out, who hated everything, all the improvements I did. Okay. Cherry. Booby's got to use the bathroom, I think. Jobs, guys. Change jobs. Quit complaining about that job and your boss and all of that. Okay? And some of us are old enough to retire, but we hanging on for that extra $300 or $400 we're going to get when we retire at 65 or 67. Okay? Some of you can retire now. That's an option that you got. Change your attitude. This is the big one. Some of us are set in our ways. We don't want to do it. We're negative, and guess what? You're just going to attract negative into your life. You keep saying, I can, I never. Well, guess what? You're never going to do whatever it is you're saying you're going to do. Okay? Hey, I love to travel. Thanks for that super chat. He says, I'm living in Cambodia and now married to a beautiful Cambodian. Because of you, I appreciate you. Yeah, see, this is what no one ever talks about Cambodia. It's always the Philippines and Thailand. I would love for him to come on here and just kind of educate us on what it's like to live in Cambodia. Clint Dow said, I just updated my passport 10 more years. Wow. But yeah, that attitude is something we've got to change. Okay, and then here's the fourth option. It's just how I see it. Many more options. Give up. End it all, man. Just take your life, go on to heaven or wherever you're going. That's an option that you got. But we all have options. You don't have to just sit there and suffer in your present circumstances. There's something you can do about it. King Arthur, thanks for the super chaser. Damn, Cal, you actually saw Bigfoot. Sorry, Big Shirley in Thailand. Wow, yeah, they're there, man, and they got the same attitude. Oh, where can I get my... Okay, some lady says, and this is just their attitude from being over in America. She says, oh, I'm only going to be in Bangkok for one day. Where can I get my nails done? Where can I get my hair braided? Where's the restaurants, the best places to eat? Where's the nightlife? I mean, she went on for about 30 things. I'm like, lady, you're only going to be here for 24 hours. You know. Big Shirley. Eric A. Block says, stay at Red Planet, so cheap to stay. Now, a lot of people are talking about Red Doors. I haven't stayed at Red Doors here. Marine Soldier says, so you're saying the women in Thailand are like CarMax, no price haggle. I don't know. I'm just saying that it's a spoken agreement over there. And this has been by veterans who live there telling me that's the difference they see. It's all about money, up front over there. Gerald Wilkins says there are people who will come on your live stream with their issue. I'm thankful you're sharing what you exposed yourself to. Yeah, and I learned that a long time ago, Gerald, that the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? But I just keep on scrolling because I got control of the scroll over here. But as long as they're not putting anybody down, I share their opinion. But when you start attacking people and you keep on just being the antagonist, you got to realize there's a lot of new people on here who've never been to the Philippines before, who've never even been out of the country before. This isn't any time for antagonism. We're trying to encourage people to exercise their options. We're not trying to plant the seed of doubt in their mind, because that's been there their whole life. That's why they've never been anywhere. They're wearing the hell out of Florida and Disneyland. How many times can you see the damn, what is that? The Grand Canyon. I mean, it's still the Grand Canyon. The Hoover Dam and all that. Vegas and where are all these other places they go to? Where's the place in South Carolina that they go to? You know what I'm saying? There's other places to go to in the world. Mike Dawsonville says, yeah, Big Shore is in Thailand. And yes, a lot of people. See, that's the reason I want to stay away from there. It's too many people in Thailand that I was trying to get away from in America. They're over there in Thailand. Everybody's in Thailand. And that's the only thing I've got against Thailand. It suffers from over-tourism. It's not me saying it. You go over there and you're going to run into people with the same old attitudes you're running from at home. I want some peace and quiet serenity. Okay? You're going to get that over here. Yeah, Myrtle Beach, Alan Fish. I mean, they've opened it up. I mean, I can do everything in Thailand that I could do at home. Why am I even going to Thailand then? I wanted something different when I traveled overseas, okay? But the guy came on her, Bruce, he said, Calvin, he said, I don't get it about these Thailand experts. He said they only go to 7 or 8 places, period. And that's it. And he named them. Yeah, Myrtle Beach. But y'all know all the places we go to. What's another one down there in Florida? Destin, Florida. I took my kids. I remember LA used to be a tourist place. I mean, people would go on vacation in LA, but I think that's calming down now. It's got so crazy out there. Malcolm McNificent says a month long enough to meet a lady over there. Absolutely. They're waiting for you when you get off the plane. Okay. There's a certain segment of the population over here, women, who make themselves readily available to foreigners. Okay. Not all Filipinos, man. Only a small fraction. Okay. But they're already waiting. They've made it up in their mind that I want a foreigner. Okay, all you got to do is step in that void. That's all you have to do. That's all. You don't have to do anything else. Wait, guys, let me shut this door. Booby opened it. But I very seldom talk about women anymore because that's a non-issue over here. It's a non-issue, everybody. We shouldn't even be talking about women anymore. What, you don't believe me? It takes what? How many vloggers have to come out with those videos before you'll believe that there's women over here waiting for you when you get here? I've got a neighbor. I'm trying to get Marilyn to interview her because I'm not going to do it. She asked Marilyn. Marilyn went to get some oil at the little sorry store. And she says, hey, does your husband have any friends that he could introduce me to. This is what the lady said. She works for the government here. She works in City Hall over there. And I'm like, I'm not going to interview her. You interview her. I said, they'll have me in there for human trafficking if I do that. But this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. They're over here. All you got to do is come over here. So, yeah, it's a no issue, a non-issue. And then if that's the case, everybody's getting on Tinder now over here. Okay? Everybody's getting on Tinder now. So, if nothing else, get on Tinder. Mike Dorsey said, hey, Cal, have you ever been to South Beach? I haven't. I've only been to 2 places in Florida, and I was a grown man before I ever went to Florida. And the first time was I won a trip with as an insurance agent. I won 1 week down in Fort Myers Beach, Florida. If anybody's familiar with that Lexington Country Club, I'm gonna tell you, they're racist down there. Okay, now I went to. Okay, it's a gated community on the golf course and everything like that, right? So we come in, I got the van, I got the family with me. Don't you know they wouldn't let me in there, man? They had to call the people who own that condominium and say, yeah, he's got, I had the keys, I had everything. I had everything to go into to have that condominium for 1 week. They would not let me through that gate. They had to call Richard Gordon, who actually owned the condominium. He said, yeah, he's a guest of mine for the week. And you should have seen their faces, how stupid they look when they had to let the gate open and let us in. But this is what I ran into down there. But I went there and I love Fort Myers. I really did. And then I took my kids to, that's the first time I ever took my children to see the ocean. First time they ever seen the ocean. And then I took them to Destin, Florida, a few years later. And I loved it down there. That's where you have real white sand, everybody. If you've never seen real white sand, it looks like somebody's taken a bag of sugar and just poured it on the ground. It's really, really white. Yeah, Vegas. Okay. Harvey Garner said, I'm 75. I travel Asia with 1 change of clothes in a small backpack, a motorcycle, $100 a month, stay in hostels in private rooms with private bathrooms, $15 a night. The young travelers are so helpful. They are. I learned that a long time ago. I stopped somewhere in Cebu early in my travels over here. And I asked a backpacker for directions. Well, hell, he'd sit there and talk to me for 30 minutes. And I was like, wow. And I just remember back to that. He had so much information. But just looking at him, we don't want to deal with people like that. We think we're better than them. I'm staying away from him. This guy was probably the prince of some place. You know how they do it. They come over here when they want to hide and get away from, all of that prince and kingdom stuff. They come to the Philippines, believe it or not. I want y'all to go on to Netflix. There's a documentary, it's called The Big Boss. And they're talking about this man, he was a foreigner over here, is running this big criminal syndicate from the Philippines. It's very, very interesting. And you'll see there's a hidden world over here that we never even know about. It wouldn't boggle your mind to think that these type of people are even over here. But it's called The Big Boss. If you got Netflix, yeah, he run roughshod over the Philippines for about 12 years. He was an untouchable. Okay, I'm not going to tell you about it. It's a great, great story. I read about him, and I was shocked to see the documentary. It was just as good as, reading about this guy. But, yeah, he had hired mercenaries working up there in English City for him. I mean, killers, man. It's a heck of a documentary. But yeah, guys, we got some options. Don't be afraid to exercise your options, okay? Don't spend your life, remember we're in the fourth quarter, arguing with people about what you should do and what you shouldn't. It's your life, okay? I don't know anything about eternal life, but I do know a little bit about eternal death because I haven't seen my mother in 30 years. I haven't seen my brother in over 40 years. He was killed, he was 26 years old. September the 25th, 1982. I haven't seen him in over 40 years. So yeah, I know a little bit about eternal death. And you're not going to live to be 1,000. That's the breaking news on my live stream today. So stop living like you're going to live to be 1,000. Death should teach us, if it doesn't teach you anything else, it should teach you to live life to the fullest. Life is sacred. They buried my sister-in-law today, which would be Wednesday in America. Is it 12 o'clock yet? Not yet. And she had everything. She had a 30-year run that people only dream about having, man. Anything material that you could have in America, she had it. I mean, you know, she just lived a fabulous lifestyle for a long, long time. Well, she's dead. She passed out at the wheel of her car, crashed and died. And it broke my heart, man, because she was the backbone of their family. I've ridden to Alabama with her in the back of her. At that time, she had a new Lincoln. So many times, man. She's had a lot of class. She was very popular. But her life's over with now, man. You know, and that's why I was telling my daughter today. I said, let this be a lesson. Anytime you go to a funeral, all that complaining, all that bitching and moaning, you're going to have, you know, people are going to forgive you when you die anyway. I don't care what you do. Even if they just forget your ass, they're going to forgive you. So let them talk, man. Live your life. And if you want to come to the Philippines, if you want to come to Thailand, who gives a damn what's better to somebody else? Do both of them. While you at it, go to Miramar. Tell us how it is over there in Miramar. Because the guy said, Calvin, y'all missing out. Go to Miramar. No one ever talks about Bali anymore. What about Bali? There's so many places in Southeast Asia we can go to. There's so many options over here. And yeah, I choose the Philippines, man. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Because I live in the Philippines. I'm here. Johnny Essica, I know you felt the presence of your loved ones in the past. This is the afterlife. Well, I know that I dreamed about my mother every day, every night for 1 year when she died. I don't know if it was just memories of her. You know, our subconscious mind has every memory, has recorded every movement, everything we've heard, felt our entire lives. So maybe that's what it was, like a movie reel playing out. I mean, I talked to her like she was still alive. I mean, I've had crazy dreams where we went to the cemetery and she was getting out of the grave and she said, yeah, they're giving me another chance. All kinds of crazy stuff. And I don't know, I can say what, you know, I can interpret that any way I want to interpret it. Okay, now Kamal says China reopened for travel this week. Well, you're going to see a lot of Chinese tourists in the Philippines. South Korea is number one tourists in the Philippines, then Chinese. We never talk about those tourists. We only talk in terms of Western tourists. When you see a Chinese, he's a tourist over here. Okay? And when you go to places like Boracay and Palawan, you're going to see them. I'm talking about Boracay used to be so crowded that I stopped going. It used to be, I'm talking about it should be, you would be nuts to butts, elbows to elbows. I mean, every line would be just super long to get something to eat. You couldn't walk on the strip. You're bumping into people. If you don't believe me, man, ask my wife. We went there Valentine's Day weekend 2019 before the pandemic. And I said, I'm never coming back. And but it's not like that now. But once the South Koreans and Chinese come back to the Philippines, because they get it, they know this is a paradise. We're no smarter than them, and plus it's only like 4.5 hours away. But they get it. They swarm this place. They'll come over here and build their own restaurants and everything. Lapu-Lapu City, man, used to be so live, man. You wouldn't believe it. If you're there now, you're looking at it like it's a ghost town. Man, Lapu-Lapu was just as big as at Boracay or any place before the pandemic. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He says, don't lay on your deathbed and say, I wish I should have done this or that. Be like Nike, just do it. And that's what I say. If there's nothing to lose from trying and everything to gain if successful, by all means try, man. You don't have anything to lose. Crypto Moment says, Cal, have you ever thought about doing a movie on your life? I don't even know if it would be that interesting, really. I think we all have a story to tell. Billy says, if you had your time again, would you do anything different when you moved to the Philippines? Yeah, I probably would have stayed single more. I've never been single here, really. And it's limited my travel. There's so many places I want to go, man. But hell, I've had 3 families over here. You can't go, unless you're going to be drama. I want to live by the beach. That's the only thing I would do all over again. I would have been by myself more. I would enjoy more single life. But it's hard to do, guys. It's hard to do over here, man. You're going to see somebody and they date to marry, and, it's hard for me to explain it. You got to get boots on the ground to know what I'm talking about. Elliot Mercado said, Calvin, can you talk about the SIM card registration deal? Yes, no big deal, guys. And the best time to do it, you have to register your SIM cards now in the SIM cards that you buy in the Philippines. The reason they're doing it now, because they're trying to stop all this spam and everything that's going on with mobile phones over here. Most people have mobile phones, and they send in all these text scams where they say, oh, you won. And you imagine you're in the Philippines. So if somebody says, hey, you won 10,000 pesos, click here. They're going to click, and they end up in your Gcash. And, they're trying to get rid of that. See, prior to this SIM card registration, all the SIM cards weren't registered. So they didn't know who these people were sending out all this spam messages. So that's really what it's all about. So when you come to the Philippines, that's the best time to go ahead and register your SIM card, okay? Because you got all the information that they're going to ask you for. Your passport, your return ticket, everything like that. And then you say, well, I'm going to be here longer, and maybe I don't have that return ticket again. Okay, well, get your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or somebody on the street to register your SIM card for you. They just want to know that the SIM card's registered. So if it shows up in one of these spam scams or something, they can trace it back to that person and eventually trace it back to the criminals. That's all. It's no big deal. Okay? Maryland registered ours. Okay? So there you have it. If they want to come and get me and say, no, we need you to do it, well, I'll do it. It's no big deal. But it's nothing to worry about, guys. They're not tracking you. Remember, they already know where you are. Okay? They know where you are. When you come over here, before you even get off the plane, You fill out that form, you got to give them your address where you're going to be in the Philippines. Remember that? In immigration, that little card. Okay, then once you extend, you got to give them an address again. Then you got to give them a reference. Somebody that's living in the Philippines. So it's not like they're going to track you. They don't have to. Remember, they swiped your passport. Anytime you come over and use your ATM, they all have tracking devices in it, guys. You're already being tracked. Quit being so paranoid and quit being in a bubble somewhere. This is a real world. You're being tracked anyway. You don't think the government, the U.S. government knows I'm here? They know exactly where I am. Philippine government knows exactly where I am. If I was doing something wrong or they were looking for me, they wouldn't have to spy on me. I've left footprints everywhere. They can follow my footprints straight to my house. But all y'all saying, oh, I don't want to do that SIM registration or spying. Dude, they've been spying on you. Where you been for the last 20 years? Edward Snowden told you that. How many years ago was that? Obama was in office. You know, hell, they spying on us now in these damn live streams. When you Google something in the search box, sometimes it's not the Google, it's the government. They've tracked you down, man. You're already tracked. I'm sorry. So if that's what you're worried about, that's a non-issue. Guys, okay, let's wake up a little bit. But yeah, I got to get off here. I got a subscriber coming back. He's going to visit before he heads back to the UK. It was actually his girlfriend that emailed me. She said, yeah, my boyfriend, he's a follower of yours. He's a subscriber. He wants to meet you before he has to go back to the UK. I said, okay, just come on over. And see, I'm a YouTuber. You can do that, guys. You know, it's very few people, man, you know, that has the notoriety like me that's going to allow you to do that. They want to keep you at arm's length. They want your support. They want your money. But they don't want your company. They don't want, I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And Robert Dame says money and passports have tracking devices. You're absolutely right, Robert. They say, oh, well, you know, that little line through the $100 bill, that's for security reasons. Yeah, okay. It's for a lot of other reasons, guys. You know. Elliot Mercado says, well, I'm sticking with you, Cal. Yeah, because you come over here, you can. I can show you around. As a matter of fact, you can stay with me if you want to, over there in the guest house. Yeah, Snowden was 10 years ago. Yeah, see, so we know at least for a fact for the last 10 years, they've been following us, everything that you do. I mean, everybody should know that. Yeah, you already got a tracking device. He says on your cell phone, but that's what people say. I'm not gonna register my SIM card. Man, y'all crazy. That's kind of stuff that y'all really need to rethink before you even say it. People have been following you longer than that. Okay, I'll show you my license. It's got all that tracking stuff on it. On the back of my license now. That. Even my ACR card. Okay. All of that, man. You know, they know where I am. That, you know, you can't hide over here. I was going to do a video on it, but see, here's the thing about, and this is for anybody when you come over here and you say, well, I'm going to start a vlog in YouTube. Well, when you start out, you're probably going to want to talk about women and dating just to get you some traction because we're not interested in anything else. Some of the greatest videos, art-wise, that I'm talking about with drones, underwater footage and all that, that's ever been done on the Philippines may have 1,000 views. But you put some young girl in front of the camera talking about, oh, well, what does a Filipino want in a foreigner? Or something crazy like that. And you're going to get 10,000, 20,000 views. They don't realize they're doing it to themselves. It's so many Filipino vloggers now. And I'm not knocking them because you got to realize it's a living. Okay. But I'm saying They don't realize they're cheapening their country and they're cheapening this Philippine genre, which is one of the most popular on YouTube. We want to know what it's really like over here. We know there's women over here. It's much more to it than that. Okay, but as a new vlogger, you're going to want to come and talk about it, because if you don't, that's the game over here now. You're not going to gain any traction. Nobody's going to watch you. Go and watch them vloggers where the views is going up, up, up. That's what they're talking about. Sex over here. Dating over here. What a Filipino likes, what she don't. You know, guys, you know, it's just, I don't do it anymore because I became, what I was. I had an awakening. I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that anymore, you know, but that's the reality of it. So you're not going to really, the real nuts and bolts of the Philippines, we're missing out on because we won't watch it. So I don't care. Y'all don't have to watch my channel, but I want to talk about things that really have something to do with real life. Whether you come over here or not, but certainly when you get over here. So thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Stylish over Incel America says they talk about sex. Yeah, that's it. That's a selling point because they watched us do it. See, I'm guilty of that. They watch me and they say, well, damn, look at his channel's growing, because they like to hear that stuff. They know we like to hear that. So they've grabbed it and they're just going to run it into the ground though, you know, but we're going to get the blame for it. All right. Because they can get away with it. So why not let them do it since they can get a pass? But if you really want to know about the real Philippines, it's some good channels on here. They just don't get a lot of views, guys. I'm sorry. The real good stuff, go on. If you think I'm playing, go on Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience. This guy's an artist with that damn drone, but won't nobody watch his channel. Go on Justin Critter Hunter. Go to his channel, okay? Go to his channel and see some of that great underwater footage he's got. Almost like Jacques Cousteau. He doesn't get any views. But you little Filipino, they got Filipino Wanderer, Filipino Petite, Filipino Life, Filipino this, Filipino that. 10,000 views, 8,000 views. They're saying the same funny stuff over and over, guys. You know, but it's not going to move you 1 inch when you get over here, because I can tell you in one word what they can tell you in 20 minutes. There's women over here for you. They're waiting for you when you get off that plane, okay? Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time.